All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. We had lost power there for a moment. Had to work and get power back. All right, this is a B-side match. This is gold 8-ball singles. We have Jacob Pena and Nathan Jarnagin. Jacob won the flip, it looks like, and he is set to break off. This will be a race to 5. Winner moves on, and loser, I don't know what place the loser will get. Oh, loser gets 7th and 8th. There it is. Loser ties 7th and 8th. Oh, straight into the side pocket with the cue ball for Jacob. So that'll bring Nathan to the table. So Nathan is a 541. He's from College Station, Texas. He plays out of Poets Bar. Gotta mess with that 7, 13, 4, and 8 there. He can use that 9 if he wants to get started to open it up. He's got to be mindful where all 3 of those balls are going. Yeah, I wonder if he's looking. He's looking at making the 4 ball here, which will open things up, and solids have quite a few pockets. So he wants to be able to control this to either land on the 1 or the 5. Let's see what he gets here. I can't tell if he went far enough to have the 7 go by that 12 ball. Or was that the 15 that was sitting up there? Oh, I think the 15 is right where the cue ball is. We'll have to wait and see. They're both at an angle where I can't tell what they are. Yeah, and I don't think he has. He might have the 5 to the side. He really would prefer to take that 7 if it does go, but I don't think it does. By the way he's looking. So he's looking at the 5 and the side because I don't think he's got the 1 or the 6. He gets the 5 in. He might be on that 1, but he definitely needs to do something with that 7 if it does not go by that ball. Oh, he ended up missing. So that's going to bring Jacob back to the table. What Jake can do here, he's got the 10 tied up with the 2 ball, and the 11 and 14 are in terrible positions over there on the side rail. So he's looking at taking the 14. Might be able to come across and run into the 6. I don't think he can get enough He can put a decent amount of inside on this to try to break up that 10-2, but that might throw off the shot and just open up Jacob. Open up Nathan. All right, he made it. The 9 ball still goes to the side pocket. The 10 doesn't go anywhere. He's got to be careful where he moves this 8, that he doesn't block that stripe up there above the 7. Nope, did so nicely. All right, it is on this 13. I don't think he's got a good angle to bust out the 10 with anything yet, but he could float across and take the other ball on the side rail. Or he might use the 13 to better position the cue ball to get the breakout on the 10-2. All right, so he took the 13. I don't know if you want to, if that 7 is blocked here, you might entertain cross banking that 10. Of course, it's a difficult shot. I don't think he feels comfortable with it, so. All right, so it was a 12 ball up top. So 12 is open now. Of course, that opens the 7. Still got the 11 in a horrible spot on the rail. You can use the 12 to get over for the 11. Looks like he's going to be, did he call the bank or did he call top corner? Looks like the way he's queuing up, he called the bank. That's not bad. That hinders the 8 now. I'll bring Nathan back up to the table. He is on the, I think the 6 does go by the 10 to the corner. If it doesn't, he is on the 1. I don't think that 11 blocked the 7. So if Nate can do it, he might want to save the 7 for last to get up there since the 8 only has one pocket. Or if he's at a wrong angle, he may be able to come off that 11 and pocket the 7 and open up that pocket for the 8. Let's see what he chooses here. That'll tell us what he does and doesn't have. All right, so 6 must not go because he's taking the 1. Thought he was going to muddy up that table there, but he didn't. So can you see the 11? See the 11, get it down here for the 10. It's an angle to get back up to that 12 and then the 8. That'd be a nice way to go if you can do it. I don't know whether or not he can because I can't quite see the angle to that 11 ball up there. You can start with the 10 here. That'd be nice because the 12 might go by the 11 and those last 2 up there. That can work out well. He's going to have to be able to control this cue ball, get into that position that he is looking for. Not bad, not bad. He's got the 11. Angle can, no, he can't. So, yeah. He'd prefer to put them both in the, oh, he might not have the path in between the 1-8 there. Yeah, he might not have that path. That's unfortunate. That have made this game a whole lot easier. You coming rail? No? Oh, he did have the path. Oh, came out sweet. Came out sweet. Just roll this up, cue ball up for the top rail. Nicely done. A little bit inside English to help him keep from having a short, sharp angle on that 8. And Jacob takes the first game. All right, that'll bring Nate up to the table. He'll be racking and breaking. If you're just joining us, this is a Bad Boys Texas State Championships. This is a Gold Division B-side match. This is a race to 5. Awfully quiet in the chat room. Oh, nope, we've got some viewers. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and sharing this stream out, we would appreciate it. Us to get out to more people with some more viewers watching. All right, so Nate makes a ball on the break. Made a stripe. So the 2's in a bit of a mess, but the 13 does go. 15 has a pocket. All the stripes have a pocket. Just I'm not for sure if he can get to that 12 ball or not. I don't know if he can get, it looks like he can see the 13, so he's going to start with 13. That should give him the 15. Hmm. I think he still has the 9. He can get a better shape on that 12 up top table. There, that can lead him to the 14. But he's got to get back down here for this 15 if he doesn't take it now. And it's actually not a very favorable shot for controlling the cue ball. Yep, so he takes the 9. He is on the 12. Might be a little tight, but he's there. If he likes to try to come down here for this 15, then back up for the 11, because it might be a little hard getting a decent enough shape on that 11 to get down here through all this solid traffic to get to the 15. 15 does look like it goes in between the 2, 7 to the same pocket that he's pocketing the 14 in. Unfortunately here, the 3 and the 5 are really big balls. Normally you might just be able to come off this right-hand side rail to beneath the side pocket on the left-hand side. But if you don't get low enough, you're going to get hooked by that 5. And to try to get low enough, you could hit at the 13 or the 3 ball like that. Leave yourself in a bit of trouble on this 15. Let's see what I can do here. So he sees you can see the edge of the 15, not much he can do with it. Maybe just play it safe. I don't know how much, you gotta worry about scratching here. But you gotta be able to get that 15 or the cue to a rail. You know, you could entertain kicking at this between the 5, 3. I think he's just wanting to play safe here and be cautious, which is not a bad idea. All right, so doesn't really hinder any of the solids with that, but still it's not an easy layout here. There's some cue ball work to be done here. Looking away, it looks like he took the 1 into the side. So he's going to be taking this 4 to the side. Wants to come up and down here a bit because there's nothing at the top of the table that give him very much. So he's like, yeah, I like the 2 ball here. It's a little better. You don't want to stun it because you can end up in the corner pocket. But you don't want to come up and either get behind the 4 or bump that 4. Looks like he's using a bit of outside English to help with that. Very nice touch. He's on either the 7 or the 4. I do like the 7 because that 3, its position on the side rail makes it a little difficult to make if you're not in the right area. I think he agrees. Straight in is not horrible. You can do a stop shot right here and you'll have the 5 or the 4. I'd prefer the 5. If you're going to do that, you might want to you can do that drag shot where the cue ball basically replaces the 3 ball since you're going to be on the rail. Yeah, mainly just half the distance between the center, or where the edge of the 3 is where you'd want the center of the cue. So he's not liking that. So I think he's looking at taking the 6. He didn't like that either because he knows that he's going in a further position away from the 3. So yeah, probably just be smarter play just to stop this at the 3. Take a little bit more of a cut on the 5. Nope, he did it perfect. Stunned it for just that half ball that he needed. Now it'll be a lot easier to go to this short bottom rail and then back up in between the 4 and 8 for the 4, the 6. Oh, he had some inside English on it, worried he wasn't going to get there, but ended up coming out pretty good on the 4. And since that 4's beneath that side pocket, you know, if you're if you have that type of stroke in your arsenal, you could take that 6 ball now and go across table twice, kind of where close where the 6 is, maybe a little beneath it. Oh, he's cutting into the side. Coming around the 6. He's got a little distance, but I don't think it's that bad. This isn't a relatively hard shot. You know, you're only 4 diamonds away from the object ball. Natural path will lead you to the 8 down by the corner where the 15 is. He decides to stun it over. That works too. Comes out really good. If he can get this 8 ball down, he'll put another one on his side of the board. Nice work. So we'll give Jacob another one, and that will mean it's his break. Score is 2-0 in favor of Jacob. Jacob is set to break off here. Rack and break. All right, I missed the break off there. Like Jacob made a ball because he's still at the table. I got a little bit of mess here with the 3-5. 11's in a tough position. Yeah, it looks like he's got the right angle on this 7 ball to open up that 3-5 if he wants to entertain that. Now what he wants here. So he's looking at stripes because they have more pockets available to him, even though you got a few of those. Well, that helps out the 11 ball. You draw? No. Take a draw back on to the 11. He might overcut the 13 and miss the 11 altogether, so he might just roll this down and take the 10. Stun over for the 10. I wonder what he's planned for addressing that 11 is, because the 2 ball has definitely got that 11 preventing it from going to the side unless he's wanting to follow it in. It looks like the 14 does go. Come back across, take the 15 to the same pocket. Give yourself an angle on this 9 ball that you're taking to the top corner to get over for the 11. That's a plan. See how this plan works out. Well, the 11 does go down here to the bottom corner by the 5-3. So he's at an angle there to get above that 11 to do that. Problem is you don't want to go too far. Otherwise, you're hooked on the 1. You don't go far enough. That makes it a tough cut. Of course, the bank to the side may be on offer in between the 2-1 to the opposite side pocket. Well, we don't have to worry about it at the moment. From there, he could have taken it to the top corner pocket. It would have been a tough 8-ball shot, depending on where the cue ended up. But he's actually left Nate a little difficult here. Wonder if Nate can tick off this 5-ball, scoot it over a bit, let the cue ball go to bottom rail and back up and sit on that 3-ball. Separate those two and prevent. That's pretty good. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to sit right on the 3-ball because he's still. Daryl's still blocked. Both his balls by that 3-ball. And he's got a kicking lane to kick to the 9. See what he likes to do here. So if Nate gets ball in hand, maybe start with the 1. Leave yourself either the 4 or the 2. If you can take the 2, then take the 4. You can have, depending on where you leave yourself on the 4 or the 2, the 3 or the 7 to try to lead you to the 5. You take the 7 first, and then the 5. It'd be tougher to get on the 3 as compared to taking the 3 and then the 5 to get to the 7. All right, looks like he's got a jump cue out. He's going to jump, call the 11 to the top right-hand corner. Makes the one ball. Did get a good hit. Bring Nate to the table with, you can definitely see the two. That angle is going to be tough to control the cue ball from running in to the three without maybe a lot of speed on it. You know, if you just run and tap that three, it wouldn't be the end of the world as long as you can see the five. If you can't see the five, you do have the four backup table. After taking the four, you could have the seven and then the five. And depending on where you move the three, if you do run into it. So let's see what he does here with this cue ball off this two ball. Oh, he takes it all the way down. Takes it all the way down. Yeah, it doesn't have to go to the side pocket. So it leaves him definitely the seven ball, three ball if he wants it to come around that mess. I don't see him doing that. He might have a little bit of hampered cueing with the seven. He's the four ball is not a very difficult shot at all. You just got to worry about controlling the cue ball, not scratching into the side pocket. So let's see how he elects to. And done very well, very well. Now he's on the three beautifully. Now I can go with that pattern from before of 3, 5, 7, and 8. Let's see what pattern he elects to do. Doesn't necessarily mean that's the pattern he's going to take. Just a possible pattern that he could take. Yeah, definitely want to get above the 8 here, so don't baby it. And don't run into the 8. Ouch, ouch. I've been there. It's okay, you can still kick at this. Leave Jacob a long, if he misses, leave Jacob a long look at one of those balls if he does not actually get the hook behind the 8. Oh, nicely done, Nate. Nicely done. So where he positioned the 7, that now makes it incredibly difficult to, just going for a hit, you could still sell out here because the 7's hanging over that pocket. So you're definitely going to want to at least make a decent attempt at trying to pocket one of these. Maybe he's looking at a 2 rail or a Z shot. All right, he's looking at trying to tie up this 8 ball. Nicely done. Nicely done. So it's going to force Nate to really control this cue ball. Come off this short rail here with the cue ball, send it up toward the 11. And if you don't get too far, if you don't go far enough and you're just beyond the side pocket, you got the 8 to the corner. If you go too far and end up just below the 11 but not hooked by it, you got the 8 to the side. And if you run into the 11, you can have the 8 to the lower corner. He's looking at stun, spinning it up to their direction. He could easily overrun this and send the cue ball around and still be the same position. Yeah, yeah. Still got a chance at a bank here. Make sure not to come off that 9 ball and scratch. So it looks like he's cutting it in. So he's going to be running into the 11. That'll help him advert a scratch. Nice touch, Nathan. Nice touch. All right, let's put one on Nathan's side of the board. I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. This is the Bad Boys Texas State Championship. There's a bunch of different divisions, and we're going to have pool all week. This is singles right now. We plan to have scotch doubles as well. There's going to be team event. This is 8 ball, so we got 9 ball, I believe, coming up also. And then toward the end of next week, we're going to have teams. And so we'll be streaming all week. Streaming all week. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment and hitting that like button and maybe share out this stream on Facebook, we would appreciate it. That room must be broken because nobody's told me hi. That or they've just muted me. Get in there. Well, the 9 ball hangs up. So that'll bring Jacob back to the table. All right, I had to check on something. I missed what Jacob did. So I see Nate at the table. And he's looking at stripes. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I take it Jacob missed and Nate was able to pocket a stripe. Oh, pocketed a stripe and scratch because I just saw him. He's looking to come down here and move this 1310. That'll still work. He's got this 11. The 1213 definitely goes. I don't know if he can take that 12 now, but looks like he can. Looks like he is going away from the pocket with this cue ball, so he'll be able to, yeah, put a little bit of speed into it. He has that 14 at the top of the table he's going to want to deal with. He's going to put this 13 in by this 11. Doesn't want to kiss that 11 and move it into a bad position. If you are having to kiss that 11, you want to make sure it gets into a favorable area. Oh, nice. Nice. So now he has the 13 or the 10. He may elect for the combo of, no, that was 13. I'm sorry, the 11. He may elect for the 10-11 combo. And if he can get that 10 ball right where the 11 is and then have a shot on the 14, that might be a better option for him. Instead of having to worry about getting from the, oh, it looks like he's going to take the 14 now. It could still work out just fine. Yeah, he's looking at Holden coming in between the 5-2, didn't use enough. Actually hit the 14 a little too thick. Need to hit those thinner. That close to the pocket, you can hit them on a wide range of areas and they'll still be pocketed, which allows you to control the cue ball better. Looks like he's going to kick at this. You can come in behind this 10 ball and still make the 11. Of course, you wouldn't have anything. You can also combo, make the 11. A lot of ways to make the 11 here. Well, at least he gets a good hit. Now, the only thing he can see is a 3, but the 3 definitely goes, so 7 looks to be the only hindered ball here for solids. This looks like a drill here with this 5-1-4-6, almost in a line in the middle of the table. Oh, you must be able to see the 2. This would be good. If you could see that 2, get around the other side of that 5-4 mess. No. Can he come off the rail here and get above it? Oh, no, runs into it. Definitely needed some good inside English on that one. This could be good. Pocket the 12 ball or pocket the 11 ball with the 7. Send the cue back up table. Make that 10 ball real tough. Nicely done. Nicely done. I don't think he has any That 10 may bank between that 8-6 to the corner. With the way those balls are set now, it might just be smarter to off the edge of this 10 with a little bit of outside English. Try to nestle up on that 8. That'll get this 10 off the rail. Good try, good try. Still not bad. Only leaves combos on offer or really tight 7 ball next to the 2. The combo, yeah, it looked like he leaked out a bit where Nate can see this 10 ball. Yeah, I don't think he really should try to hold this ball. Yeah, definitely give it enough speed to get into the pocket, and he still has a shot on the 8. Albeit it's, not the easiest shot. He's still on the right side of it, and I'm sure he's favored to make this. Which he does, puts it in the center of the pocket. We have a tie ball game. So we are tied up here into this gold 8-ball singles match. Jacob will get set to break him up here. All right, so Jacob's going to break up these balls. Let's see what he can do. (13-1) hinders stripes. The 3 balls hindered as well. Feel like solids here because that 3 does have a chance of going by the Go and buy that 10, or if you can get on the 5 correctly, open up that 3. You're looking at holding the cue ball for the 6. You can take that 5 off the 15 there. They allow to hold the cue ball better. Just like that. Nicely done, nicely done. So is he on this one? He could entertain taking this one now. Nope. Maybe he's going to be looking to get on it now. No, he's looking at dealing with. Really wants to deal with that 3 while he's got the 13 hindered by the 1. He's on the 2. I don't think you can take the 3 off the rail behind the 13 and make the 1. And that's a really long off angle combo to try to make. What's he planning to do here? Room to bank this by the 9, or is he thinking a Z bank across the table to the side pocket close to where the 3 is? Or Z bank on the 3 in between the 11, 10 to where the 1 is. Let's see what kind of Efren Reyes player he is. Good try, good attempt. Hey, the 3's in the open. 13 is still definitely hindered by the 1. But with the way that laid out there, if Nate really wanted to, he could use that 13, pocket the 1, draw the cue ball up table, and there would be a lot to hide behind with a very tough hit if Jacob is having a kick at that 3. There are avenues that he could leave that cue ball in if he does that, that Jacob could see that 3, but there's also really good potential to hide that cue ball and open up your 13. It's a long stretch across that table to do that, though. He come off the edge of this 15, miss the 14, go to the rail, come back out. Now he's looking at the combo. He makes it. All right, so what's he going to do with the 13-1 here? He took a lot of his safety positions away, so he's going to have to find a way to get that open. He'll play the safety where you pocket the 1 and draw the cue back up in between the 10, 15 to the top of the rail. Bounce off and have him hooked on the 3 with the 8, but Nate doesn't like it. He's going to pocket some balls, trying to get into a shape to get a bust out and then have a shot afterwards. I think he's on that right angle for this 15 to the side to do that. But he could take the 15 to the corner and draw the cue back above the 10, take the 10 to the side and let the cue ball go down and open up that 13. Still have that 11. What is Nate's plan for that 13 ball? Well, I guess we're just going to see. I guess we're going to have to wait and see what he decides. So he calls safety. Is he just going to place this in front of the pocket? No, he's going to place it in the pocket. He could still obtain the same effect there and put that 11 still just close to a pocket, which put more pressure on Jacob here. I think Jacob can see the edge of this 3. There's room for this cue to scratch if he comes off this 3 ball wrong. Yep. That's what the fear was there. All right, Nate, if that was your plan, you have ball in hand, your plan worked out. Let's see if you can get out from here. Yeah, Michael, I'm reading your comment. Yeah, probably should have gone rail first, come in behind that one, give a little bit more distance between that 13 and 1, still try to hook him. Or do the same thing with the 3 ball where you come in behind the 3, send the 3 up table. All right, so looks like uh, Nate's strategy that I couldn't see has worked out very well because he puts another mark on his side of the board. Score is 3-2. Now in favor of Nathan. It's race to 5. So I've been looking at the brackets online, and it looks like 3:30, 3:30, depending on when this match finishes, would be our next match. Would be starting. We definitely want to keep the table open for the Platinum Finals at 6:30 p.m. tonight. So we may have one more stream in between this one and the Platinum Finals if you're interested in watching. Thundering Break finally has a ball find a pocket. Other than the stripe, the 2 stripes and the solid up top table, things look relatively open. Solids is kind of hard to start with. Given you'd be starting with the 4 ball. I don't think he has the 2 or the 7. No, it doesn't look like it. Even the proximity of the 5 close to that side pocket, it's still makeable in the side. Um, that 14 ball is going to be one of the tough ones for the stripes, as well as that 12-10 up there, but the 12 does go, which could lead you to the 10. 5 ball's a little far away from that side pocket for the 14. All right. Yeah, that's what he's trying to work out a full pattern here, and it seems a little difficult. So I think he wants to be solids, even if he doesn't. I am streaming right now. Yeah. Yeah, they're just knocking. Good try, Nate. Good try. Sorry, I had Bill, the referee, talking to me about a match. All right, open table. Everything's open now. Exactly what Jacob was hoping for. 14 still a problem. 5 is in better shape than the 14. 15 does hinder the pocket of where it's located from any solid going in there. Let's see what he does here. Pulls back. Gonna have this 2 ball in the side. May elect to take the 3 ball if he's on it, and then he could take the 5. Because the 2 ball does go in between the 11-9 up to the top corner pocket. He could go 3-6 because the 6 is actually in a tough position. I think the 6 goes by that 10. If he can move that, or goes by that 15, sorry, not by the 10. 6 goes by the 15, that could open up that pocket for the 8 if he wants it. Oh, nicely done. 2 rails right around the 6, so he's on the 6 now. Gets the 6 down, has the 2. Does he take the 2 off the 5, or does he leave the 5 alone? Since it does go to the side. Oh, puts the 5 over. I don't think it goes by the 15 here. One moment, I can poke my head out, take a look. I'll be right back. Nope, no way. 15's got too much of that pocket. Best he could do with the 5 is knock the 15 out of there and leave the 5 there. At this angle, you could agree or disagree. This angle on the 4 to drag over to take the 5 to the side. That angle for sure will be easier to drag over or even bottom rail. See, here's what's really risky about coming off the bottom rail and taking the 5 to the same corner as the 4 is that proximity to the 8. You come up too short, you're having tough time getting that 5 ball in. Yep. You come up too long, you're behind the 8. So he does have the side pocket still with a bank or a cut to the side where the 14 is. Yeah, bank to the side here. Stun draw this cue ball down to the bottom rail. Have the 5 or the 8 ball then all the way up to the top right hand corner. He's going to where the 15 is, so he's thinking that the 15 at this angle that it's banking at will make that cue or bigger pocket. Oh boy, that pocket was so big, he didn't even need the 15, but he sure wanted the 15. If it comes off that 15, that potentially opens up that pocket for the 8 ball. So now he's banking the 8 to the corner where he's standing. Decent angle. Don't want to use too much hold up English. Otherwise, you're going to come up short just like that. right, so this brings Nate, who's already in the lead, up to the table with nothing in his way but the 8 ball. The 15 is in a horrible spot. I'm looking to get on the 14. If not the 15's in a perfect spot to get on the 14, which is in a horrible spot. I'm looking to get on that 14 right now. And so's Nate. You didn't like trying to pocket this 14. You could, knock it off the rail, leave the cue there behind that 11. But he feels this is, a relatively easy make with this 14. Because if you miss this 14, you're leaving an easy 8 for Jacob. Jacob is very grateful to Nate for leaving this easy 8. See if Jacob could get this 8 ball down. He does. So we now have a tie game in a race to 5. Jacob's going to break here. Let's see if who's going to be on the hill first. Nice break by Jacobs. Got 2 balls down. Got an easy starter 8 right to the corner pocket. Too bad that's not his 8 ball shot after he clears off his whole category. So the only thing that's even relatively hindered is the 9 ball. But getting down from the 11 to one of these stripes. All right, so he didn't quite get to where he wanted to off that 11. So he's going to have to entertain a combo here. You see that 13 to go by the 15? I would say no. Nope. All right, this opens up solids. Yeah, Michael, I'm just now seeing your comment about that 13. I just noticed it, the window on the 13, and I don't think he saw it. We start with here. Can you see a 6? No. Yeah. Safety off the 3. This is a smart play. Leave him tucked up in that corner. He might be able to see the edge of the 9. I don't think he can see the 15. I haven't seen him jump yet. Can you see the edge of this 12? No. So it looks like he's going rail 9, open up the 9, tie up to 13. But it also did tie up the 5 as well. Do it. Ah. Looking to see how he might avoid that. Yeah, probably needed to stun that. Stun draw that over to the rail above the 15. Alright, so with ball in hand, Jacob can take the 9. 12, take the 13, take the 15, take the 8. That's one plan. What's another plan? 12, 13, 9, 15, 8. Crazy plan might be 13, 15, 12, 9, 8. Destiny, there is no 3 foul rule in effect here in 8 ball. This is regular BCA 8 ball. So he's looking to bust that 5 ball away from the 13. Or maybe bust the 13 up farther. So a plan could be, if you're going to do that, 12, run into 13, 5, Q on the 9. You know, push the 13 up enough where you could take it to the side after the 9, 15, 8. Yeah, there's quite a few different options here. Jacob doesn't like any of them. All right, let's do this one. That angle. Yeah, he's just going to set it straight in. Try to do a stop shot. Replace the 13 with the cue ball. Oh, threw his arm out. Yeah, threw his arm out. I suffer from the same thing as well. All right, you can start with the 1 ball here. All solids are in the open. Just got to put balls down and control the cue. Cue ball. Yeah, I know, it sounds easy. If all of us could do that, we'd be playing in the pro tournaments. We work for a living, and this is just our hobby. Seven ball. Scratch in the corner again. Nope, not this time. Nice shot, Nathan. So that 8 ball does go to the corner where Nathan is standing right now, if he can get to where he can hit that side of it. He doesn't even have to be close to it to be able to cut it to there. He'd prefer to be, but he doesn't have to be. I think he wanted to draw that instead of stun that. Two ball go between there. It looks like it does because he's getting down on it. Just misses it. All right, so that brings him back to the table. Brings Jacob back to the table. I'll be right back. And I was watching that one. That was a nice shot there by Jacob. He has a good chance of getting out here. The little stun spin down here for the 9 ball, which will lead him to this ball on the bottom rail. I think is the 14, which will lead him to the 8. Bounce. Good angle, good angle. Come up in between the, all right, so he's got 2 options. Come up in between the 1 and 2, directly for position to the 8 to that corner. Draw, not really draw, a little bit of stun off of this ball. Go in between the 1-5 for the 8 to the other corner. Or straight up off the 1 and position on the 8. The latter one is one he chose, and it worked out really well. Jacob makes it to the hill first. All right. All right, Nate is set to break off here. Come on, 1 ball. Nope. 6 did make a solid. So he makes the 4 ball. Well, no, he makes the 2 ball. I think the 4 is right here near the 6. Solids have better pocket options than stripes. Looks like he can start with the 3 if he can't start with the 1. Preferably start with the 1. Have the 3 as an insurance ball afterwards in case you don't get on the 5 where you want to. Okay, the 13 goes. So let's work out stripes here. You take the 15. Come over, take the 10. I don't know where you are, if you can work back over to the 14. The 14, see where that 1 ball is, the 14 looks like it can go off the rail, off the 1, into there. You want to be at a relatively straight position when you try that. Unless you're really accurate about placing your object ball. See, the 12 has only 1 pocket down here as well. So it looks like he's starting with the 11. Maybe jump up past this 5 ball for the 14. Perfectly on the 14. There was only 1 problem with that shot. We've all done it. Ball got perfect cue ball position and forgot to make our object ball. We've all, I think he ended up putting the 11 right back where it went. So now Jacob's on the 14 ball. Can't quite tell if he has, and yeah, he's probably got a decent angle here. He can possibly stun down for the 10 off this 14. Travel forward just a little, have the 15 to the side. So looks like now after this 14, the 12 is going to be the only trouble for stripes. You'd need to clear out the 2 ball. If you're going to take solids, you'd need to clear out the 2 ball before you could do anything with the 6. So stun down for the 10. And leads to the 15. 15 leads to the 13 or 11. Yeah, opening up the 13 here. I'd like to be in a position to where I could do something with that 9 after the 13. Oh, so it looks like he is taking the... Oh, this is looking good. Oh, this is looking good. So there's a clear path for the 9 up to the top right-hand corner. And you could use the 11 to get to the 12. All right, let's see what he does here. Oh, he definitely wanted to bump that. Just bump that 9 ball a bit. So what's he gonna do with this cue ball off this 11? Because if you bump it toward the 3 ball, the 312, now you got 2 balls that you can't get to. Right, has the 12. A little bit of hampered queuing from the 7, a little bit of getting tree topped a bit there, but if he can get this 12 in and hold the cue ball beneath this 9, he can take the 9 to the side. Yeah, he's got inside English. Maybe he's looking to run into it. A lot of times people use inside, they overpower it. Since he was tree topped, he actually miscued. You can go back and watch his cue tip. You can see it miscue. All right, so that brings Nate to the table, who's definitely needing this game to stay in this. Maybe entertain moving the 6 ball here off the 3. All right, they were telling me, yeah, Michael, I think Jacob rushed that on the miscue. Or he dropped his shoulder. A lot of times you end up, since you got your shoulder and elbow up so high, as you're coming forward, you end up dropping it. Dropping either the shoulder or the elbow and miscuing. Yeah, can you see this one ball? Because this is what Michael's talking about, 152. I like that. I actually like going 1 to the 2, is being able to get back on that 2. 1 out of the way, get the 2, If you have to, then you have the 5. If you're on the 2 right, then you're on the 6. So what's he thinking about here? Cut to this lower left corner. It's a possible scratch. Since he's on the rail, can't get very deep on the cue ball. Cutting the 5 to the side. Probably run into the 7. I don't think you'll hit the 8. This off-angled combo with the 2 ball being a half ball out from the rail and the 6 being right on the rail makes this combo actually difficult. And if you miss this, you might give him yeah, left him that ball right there. It's the only thing I didn't like about the combo. It was really difficult, tough to control the 6. Now that I think about it, coming off the 6 and getting beneath that stripe here at the bottom of the table, since that stripe doesn't have any pockets up table, you know, calling it hooking him with his own ball. Now he's got a starter here. He can take this stripe 9 to the side. I don't think it goes by the 5 to the corner, so 9 to the side. 15 to the corner. I believe the 8 goes by the 7 to the corner. If you happen to get some really good draw back and end up beneath the side pocket, like where the cue ball ends up where the 9 ball is now, you'd have the 8 to the side. So, yeah, you don't want this cue ball traveling very far. That's the only thing I didn't like about having the cue ball travel is now you got to come back from the 15, come over and play perfect shape for the 9 to the corner. You can over amp the draw and spin on this and run into the 8 and have trouble. You could over amp it and miss your ball. With this off angle on the 7 here, I like heading up table and then trying to take the 5 next. Because the proximity of the 2-6 close to the side pocket, you could definitely put both of them. You could also do this. Do the 2-6 combo now, leave the 6 there, and then do the 5 before the 6. Michael, I'm just now reading your comment about when he was above that 9 ball, the 9 off the 2. That could have worked out good because even if you don't make it, you can take over the pocket with the 9. And you don't leave him an easy combo like he just took. So, okay, you got to worry about getting behind these stripes here, trying to get good position. Trying to get good position on this 5 ball. I just go for, an authoritative stun here, stun over to take the 8 ball down to the corner pocket is what I like doing. Because a stun is not actually going straight across table. It's actually going at a diagonal, kind of toward the corner pocket. You are crossing your line, but uh, more times than not, you're going to be at a good angle. What you don't want to have is a sharp cut on this 8 down to the corner where the cue ball's headed to that side pocket. So if you can get this, you definitely need to get this 5 ball in here and get on this 8. So it'll be hill, hill. Michael, your comment just popped up when I said that. Yep. Give all this shot the attention it deserves. Oh, he went big. He went 2 rails shape for the 8 in the side. Ends up perfect. That 5 ball was so close to hanging up. We are hill, hill, ladies and gentlemen. Hill, hill. So this will bring up Jacob Braken on the hill. Jacob. Let's see. A lot of people being on the hill changes how they break. Let's see if this changes Jacob's break at all. Yeah, he put a little bit more power into that one. Nothing. Does nothing find a home? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You had at least a solid find a home. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, one solid found a home, but that's all it takes is one ball down. Things are pretty much in the open. Say he starts with the 4, drifts down for say the 1 or 3 to the side. Then depending on if it's the 1 or 3, taking the 1 or the 2 to the other side. I don't think the 5 ball would be terribly hard to get on. Definitely want to go for the 1 or 3 here, not the 2 if you're taking this 4. Because even though the 1 does have a pocket down here, you'd have to be right where the 9 ball is to be in a good position for that 1 that would lead you to the 3. Of course, you could go 1 to the 5 if you end up just taking the 2 first. See what he goes for. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. So if you can, drawing back here and then maybe off this rail, taking the 3 to the exact same side pocket, you're going to be taking this 1, 2 if that's possible. Oh, okay, not a problem, not a problem. All right, with this 2, yeah, you're looking to get to the 7. I don't think you're running into the 9. You might be. Mm. 7 now with a bit of a stun and a little bit of outside, not too much outside. You could take that 7, come around that 15 up in the top corner, double the corner out to come back down. You're going to have to be in a specific area for that 3 ball, and I don't think this 2 ball leads to either the 7 or the 3, unless you are drawing back pretty firm, intending to run off the 9 to give you some more angle. Going forward, yeah, yep, yep. All right, looks like he's drawing underneath the 15 back and forth for the 2. Ah, hits that very nicely. Nice work, Jacob. Nice work. All right, is there a possibility to run into the 9 here on this? I don't think so, as much as he has to cut it. You're definitely looking to... No, he did. Oh! Okay, don't anybody breathe. Nope, it ain't falling. I'm just looking at Nate's choices. With that 2 ball there, nothing looks positive for Nate. Don't move that 13 unless you are going to make that 13 with 100% and get all the way out. I'd much prefer coming off the rail just above the side pocket with some inside English, to help the cue ball dig into the rail more, and coming off the 15, trying to end up on the top rail behind that 12, 11. Because nothing looks good here. You move that 13, and that opens up all of these solids at this end of the table. Plus, to make that 13, you could possibly come off that 3 ball and scratch, unless you're rolling it in. Or even, okay, so he is there on the bottom rail. If he shoots at basically the back of the side pocket, which is like where the diamond is, it goes right up and hits the same spot on the rail, on the top rail, where the cue ball is on the bottom rail. Hits the 11 ball, goes 11, something goes to a rail. Cue ball could be hooked by the 11 and 14 for the 2. Seeing that in the heat of this moment, with a shot like that for your tournament life here. Uh, all right, so he gives up the 2 for sure. But if you pay attention, yeah, don't scratch off the 15. I agree with Michael in the chat room. If you pay attention to how deep that 2 ball is and how far away that cue ball is. A lot of times, what people hope for best is a stop shot, or if they're going rail first, you're actually hitting the point with the cue ball after it makes contact with the object ball, and the cue ball coming off of a point can go any direction. Yeah, I like that right there. I like that right there. Definitely on the 5 with space. Good call, Michael. That's exactly what he did. All right, looks like you're straight in with this 5 ball. If you are, you draw back to the rail where his cue stick is with a bit of, you'd actually be using inside spin here, which will transfer to outside spin as it's going backwards and hits. So he's going to go forward and back. I like this too. That's a lot better. That's a whole lot better. That was actually a much smarter way to shoot that shot since he did have that kind of angle. I'm pretty sure he didn't want to be on the rail, but you know, this isn't horrible because at the angle that he's cutting this 3 ball, if you don't feel like you can hold it, you can actually, you know, miss the 13, come back, you'd have the 8 in the same pocket as the 3. Or if you feel like you can hold it, you can have the 8 in the other pocket. Same pocket as the 3. Just a hair bit firmer and would have been perfect, but you know, this is definitely makeable. Unless you're putting draw or stun on this, I don't think you have to worry about scratching. Ooh, it falls. All right. Jacob is your winner there. He gets to 5. He moves on. Nathan finishes 7th, tied for 7th, 8th place. Um, if they find me a match before the 6:30 Platinum Finals, we will have one. If not, it'll be 6:30 when the Platinum Finals start. Thank you, everybody. I will see you in the next.